probably about 14. And that is the day that I remember having, it's almost like I can feel that disc. It's like, it's weird because I can see myself in this bed, but I can also see this aircraft, this disc almost like above me. But I know that I'm inside my room, but I can see them. It's like I can see like there's spaceship just above me. It's like above me, but I feel like it's weird because I feel like I'm in two places at one time. If that makes it, like I can see it from, it's like I can see it myself down, like I can see my body laying there, and then I can also see myself like as if I'm in the bed, noticing this craft. So it's like I'm like in two places at one time.
Very good. And how do you feel when you see this craft?
I'm not scared at all. Like I'm not at all frightened by it. I'm more fascinated with it, but at the same time, it just seems, I don't want to say normal, but very natural. I'm not afraid of it. That's not by any means.
Very good. What's happening there if you look a little more closely? Are you able to look inside of that spaceship that's above you?
Not yet. I feel like there's a beam of light that comes down from the center. The thoughts going through my head, like, I wonder if anybody else sees me. It's like my body is going up, but I want, and I have this thought, like, I wonder if anyone else is seeing this. Like, is someone seeing me? Is from the outside, like the community around me, is there anyone around that is witnessing my body go up into this aircraft? I'm just still like, I'm not scared, and it's almost like it's happened before. And I just this is how I go inside. I'm not, nothing about it scares me. So it's like it's natural, but the thought is, I'm like, wow, I wonder if anybody is witnessing what's happening. Like, how crazy would this be for people to see that, you know? Like, can they see me? I don't know.
What is your sense when you ask that question, if people could see you?
I think there are people that did see that. Most people were sleeping. It's almost like I can see a bunch of bodies just laying there sleeping. But there are a few that, yes, did see. Did see that take place. One in particular, it seems like, is standing next to their window, just staring out, like witnessing this, like just watching. Someone is, I don't know where they are, but it's like I can see them from their flat, just like peering through their, it's like a patio window, actually. It's like a, right before you go on to the little patio. And as you're watching.
And as you see this beam of light, you feel your body going up into the spaceship. Feel your body, feel that sensation floating all the way up in that beam of light. What's happening?
Yeah, it's almost like I almost feel like this warm sensation over my body, like it's almost like sunlight. Like that's how I feel. Like I'm ready to, I'm like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying the feeling of just being brought in by this light.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my whole body feels, it's almost like, you know, being out in the sunshine and you're just, that feeling of warmth and how good it makes you feel. It's kind of like that as I'm in the light, like as my body's being lifted.
Feeling of warmth. Beautiful. Beautiful. It feels good and you're enjoying it. Feels like being home. Warm sunlight. That's nice. As you're feeling this feeling of feeling home and feeling good and warmth, what happens next?
You know, I'm greeted. It's like just as I'm coming up, it's almost like they close, like as they close the door. It gets dark. Like there's that light's gone. But I'm greeted by this a very familiar being that was. I don't remember this part. I just remember standing by a window, but yeah, now I'm being greeted by this being, like a gray, big eyes. I'm not afraid. It's like I know this being. Like, welcome home. And it's almost like I forget. I'm like I almost that he can sense that I've almost forgotten. And it's almost like he had to remind me. So that's why he greeted me at the door, like as my body was lifted and that door closes, he's right there, just greeting me there, and then takes me, like opens his hand, like wants to show me again, just how vast the universe is and how beautiful, like it is just stunning. All the stars, all like the galaxy, like there's just, it's endless. And it is so peaceful and quiet and beautiful.
Just take all that in right now. Just be there in that moment, in that vastness, in that expansion. Just drink it all in. Being a part of all the one. And remembering, letting your soul come back home. Remembering that connection to the gray there next to you and all the other planets, galaxies, and star systems. As if you're in the picture. Nothing is separated. Everything is all one. How does that feel to be back home?
It is just beautiful. It makes me feel so small. But I'm also reminded why I'm here.
Yes.
I feel like I wanted to stay, and they were just like, but there's so much work to do, and you're not as small as you think you are. Because you have an effect on people. So it's like looking out on the star, just as many stars as they are, and they're so bright. It's like, but being down on the earth there are so many stars that have just like their light has dimmed, has gone out. But that's why I'm supposed to go back, is to remind people. Just remind people, and as you see, it's like, it's weird because it's like I can see what happens with one person. You turn on that one light switch, turn on that other light switch, turn on that other light switch, turn on that. And all of a sudden, it's like just as beautiful as it was as I'm up here witnessing all of these stars. It's like, but I have to trust and.
What do you have to trust?
I have to trust my own instincts. Trust. It's like I was having a conversation with it. Like, how am I supposed to trust when there's so many different views, so many different opinions? And he's like, you have to trust your instincts. Almost like you need to dim the noise, shut out the noise so that you can hear your own and use your own instincts to navigate, but that you know. And it's trusting too many different opinions is going to confuse me. I think that is why that I don't, part of me doesn't connect with the social media, is because there's so many opinions, and it's so, to me, it's so loud. It's just too much. It's too much. And I'm meant to do this in the quiet. I'm not supposed to be like tuning into too many people's opinions. I'm supposed to trust my own instincts. And when I put too many people or I hear this and that, it confuses. It confuses my soul.
Very good. Very good.
I feel like there are different beings on that aircraft with me. It is not just grays. It's like different races working together.
Move in a little closer. Who else is there with you aside from the grays?
It's those blue beings that I had seen in my bedroom.
I'm sorry, repeat, what kind of beings?
They're blue. They're bluish, but they kind of remind me of a gray, but they have a different color, and they're little different features, but they're similar. And I feel like those are the ones that have been watching me, but I get a sense too that they do use hologram type technology just to check in on me. Life here, it's so weird because it's like life on Earth is so slow, like it's like super slow. Super slow motion. Like really slow, like just, oh, that's gotta be painful to watch. That is like, I don't know.
Yeah. Is that blue being right there with you?
Here.
Right. Is that blue being there with you now?
Yeah, they're just reminding me Yeah, I know it just feels very familiar while it's like I know them. It's not,
Mhm.
and I really don't feel afraid,
Mhm.
or at all like, I know I'm there to help. Yes.
Mhm. So move a little closer into that blue being now and ask that blue being if it has a message for you that's relevant for you in this now moment and in your task in helping to turn on the lights of all the people here on earth who have dimmed their lights. What insight do they have for you in helping to guide and assist people to remember their light and who they are?
Oh, that's, I went back to being in my room and seeing these three beings. Um, and I've been wondering what in the world is that thing that they did. Like they were far away enough where they had used some sort of sound and it goes into the inner ear. And I had told them to stop. Um, but they were doing that and they wanted me to know it was a reminder. It was just a reminder and kind of helping me, I don't want to say boost that memory of where and what I came here to do, like remembering being in this aircraft, so that almost like to awaken me,
Mhm.
to help me remember,
Mhm.
because yeah, it was to help remind me because I felt like I was getting to a place where I was just kind of, I want to say tired of people, but like losing hope in humanity. Like, what the world?
Mhm. Mhm.
Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
humans are seriously ridiculous. I was at that point, and they were trying to remind me.
Mhm. I'm going to go ahead and lock that reminder in right now. Reminder to awaken you, to help you remember, to help others as you remember now. Just let that memory sink in your soul, your cells. You're here to guide and assist, helping others remember who they are and their light, removing the noise, the confusion, and the static, helping all those that come into your path naturally and effortlessly. Move forward a little bit. What else is here for you on this ship?
And they kind of they're reminding me of my last client. Um, I know her from here too. I do. I know her. Um, and we will be working together somehow.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
I think this is where I started feeling very confused. Last session it was really good, but I was trying to keep myself from being deceived. In that, and it's not that I was being deceived, it's that I was listening to too much.
Mhm.
Um, But yeah, I mean, she's on, it's like she's on that aircraft. She's on the craft. And I do know her, and I'm being shown some of the things that she had seen. So yeah, you have this right here, this trust, this love, this, it's very calm, it's peaceful, very peaceful, on this, like a total understanding. No one even has to say anything on this craft. It's just like feelings and telepathy. But then it's almost like they are showing me, it's almost like a hologramish type thing that makes, that I can see. It's almost like it pierces through the earth. It's like this, like, it's almost like a hole, like almost like binoculars in a way, where you can focus, but it's like more, the closer that you look at it, it's like this whole earth, the crust kind of opens up so I can see this other world. And I see all the nefarious things going on. And I can see through this whole, even though I can't go through the layers, it's almost like I can see through the layers, live different levels. But not to get wrapped up in that either, because that's going to come to an end. It already is happening. It's already coming to an end. A lot of that stuff is going to be
Mantled.
Yeah. It's already being worked on. And I am not supposed to be focusing so much on that part. They're showing me just to say, yeah, that is happening. It is being dismantled, yes. But that's not my purpose. That's not for me to, that's just not my purpose here. It's to come back up on the earth's crust, on the earth's surface, and these are the people to help. I don't need to, that's not my job. I don't need to look too much into that other side. Because it's the people on the earth's surface is what we need to worry about, or not worry, but like be there for them, help them and guide them. What's happening underneath is, I don't want to say it's none of my business, but yeah, yeah, I guess it's none of my business. It's so take that fear out of knowing what's what. I don't need to consume myself with that.
So now that you've seen this nefarious kind of dismantling and this fear, you realize it's not none of your business. It doesn't concern you. It's like, stay focused on the surface of the earth, helping those that are here now, that need your help.
Yeah. And they're going to come to me. I don't need to too much, you don't need to be wrapped up in this or that, or it's like, it's the same thing. It's like too much noise. You don't need to, just, you have everything inside that will show you where you need to be. You'll be where you need to be.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's no reason for the extra noise everywhere.
Beautiful. Is that why you live where you live, in the very, very quiet, far, remote area?
Yeah, it's to keep all that noise out. It would have been different if I think my life would have been a whole lot different if I would have stayed. If I would have stayed in the cities, it would have gotten, it's just too loud.
Yes.
Needed to be out in the middle of nowhere so you could focus and hear like the spirits, like it's weird. I just got a vision of just like these spirits going in and out of the trees, native spirits in and out of the trees, watching,
Mm-hmm.
waiting, hoping, helping.
Mm-hmm. Do any of those spirits going in and out of the trees that are watching, do they have any message for you today?
It's just being happy that I am here. This is where I was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It changes the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a change there. It's like I can feel that ripple effect that it's going to have on people.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I was meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Moving on inside that aircraft, what other races can you see that are there all working together? Who else is there with you?
It's almost like it's the three, like me, the gray. And this gray is not at all like, there's different kinds of grays. But this is a very, it feels like home. And same thing with this blue being.
Mm-hmm.
And then I still see the client, Michelle. I could still see her, like we're all kind of, it's just kind of like in a circle, I guess. And that's all I'm seeing right now.
Looking a little closer at Michelle, who is she to you? She is up there on that aircraft with you. She's also one of your clients in this life, but moving a little closer.
She feels like a sister.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
It's like we've had many lifetimes together. I know her.
Beautiful.
And I was meant to see these pictures. It just came to mind as just the pictures that she has been showing me, but it was not just for Michelle, but it was also meant for me.
What are these pictures? Pictures of just of this so far, you mean?
There's three beings in this picture, and when she showed me, I remember going, oh my God, yeah, these, but I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything like nefarious. As I'm looking at the photos again, it's like, no, I never felt that. There was one that I knew was not supposed to be there, but it wasn't a gray. It was a different being, but I knew that. And they're like, see, you already knew, you just from the pictures, remember, like, trust that instinct. It's I already knew that same feeling, and I will know. I will know right away by just not to worry about any of that. It's just another reminder. That picture was there to remind me that, so it wasn't just for Michelle, it was meant for both of us. And yeah, I we've had many lifetimes together, but yeah, she's like a sister.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And as
I'm
you're
supposed to help her, I think that's just what I heard, is I'm supposed to help her.
supposed to help her.
I'm supposed to help her.
Help her with what?
I guess I'm just hearing like that she's feeling lost, very lost. Wants to give up. Not in like a suicidal way, but just gives up on herself. Gives up. She just doesn't. She doesn't feel her purpose, but I'm supposed to be there for her because this is just a time that she's going to go through because it forces her to make different decisions. She's very stubborn, and I guess she's just really stubborn, but she also like listens to me. So I know I'm supposed to be there just to encourage her to not give up, and it's okay to make some changes. It's okay to make. The reason why you're stuck is because it's because of your fear to move on, or fear of missing your kids. But I'm supposed to be there to encourage her to make these moves, and when she does that, she'll be where she is meant to be. They're trying to push her, but she's just stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a moment now as you're all on this ship together, the gray and the blue, you and Michelle. Imagine in your mind's eye all of you joining hands together in a circle. Imagine that energy flowing through your hands into each hand. Excuse me, forming a circle.
Feel that. Yeah.
And feel this light expanding bigger and bigger and bigger and filling up the room, filling up the ship, filling up beyond. Shooting that light from all your hearts into Michelle's light, into Michelle's heart. Giving her the message that it's time for her to start allowing and to release the construct of being stubborn. To encourage her that she has everything she inside of herself already and all the strength she needs to stay and to be present. And she's okay to make all these changes and to go through all these changes, and she doesn't have to feel stuck or fearful. She has the ability to move on. She's right there with her kids. Her kids are right there with her in spirit and soul and body and mind. Give her all that light, give her all that positive love and all that reassurance, all that confidence. Expanding your light into hers, merging your light into hers, all that light becoming one. Letting her heal, letting her feel more connected and not lost. Letting her not give up on herself and letting her really show up for herself. Gaining that confidence and that awareness. And moving forward with a broader perspective, a higher consciousness, acceptance, and the ability to really step into her own power. And thusly, all of you remembering on your own that you too have everything you need and all your faculties are completely intact and you have everything you need in every given moment. And having easily ready access to all of that. And as we amp up that light and that power and all through our hearts, expanding the light out, expanding, all becoming one, remembering our home, remembering our mission here together, all for the highest and best, and all for the one. And holding each other in this vibration and in this resonance. Feeling that all the way through your heart, your soul, and beyond. How does that feel to feel connected in that way?
It feels good to be connected. It's
Beautiful.
like I put my forehead against her forehead, right where the third eye is. And that's where we're connected. Like you could, it's more of like a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
And I can access that to help her remember who she is.
Beautiful. Wonderful. I'm asking now your soul family, the blue being, the gray, Michelle, yourself. Is there anything else we need today to learn in this transmission, in this communion together? Are there any other messages? Does Jessica have any healing she needs today for her soul? Anything to complete? Any pending healing that Jessica can look at in order to make her work in the world have a quickening and be easier and be more expansive?
No, I just get that I needed to be reminded to shut out all the noise because it's going to get louder. But she really just needs to disconnect from these different opinions of like I'm supposed to really disconnect because that hinders my trust and it hinders my ability to really hone in
Mm-hmm.
into that inner voice, that inner knowing. And I need to navigate my sessions through that. But it's a reminder because before it gets too clouded and confusing, it's time to use the knowing within, not it's just noise.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
More meditating. Use that time to meditate. Use that time to focus on the clients. They'll come, but you don't need to distort things with all the different opinions of others.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and close this scene now, thanking our home, family, brothers and sisters for coming here today and their gentle reminder of how expansive you really are. And you are not as small as you think you are. You have a lot of work to do here on the planet. To shut out all that noise, to disconnect from others' opinions and their point of view, to learn how to build that trust and the ability, that inner knowing, as this too will help navigate your sessions with all that come to you. Meditating more, quieting the distortions. Thank you so much for these reminders today. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. When we get to 1, I'm going to go to the place, to a memory, that's relevant for your soul at this time. 3, 2, and 1. You're there now.
Like Michelle, it's like we had a life together, so we're in the woods. And she's older. She's an older sister.
Mhm.
And we're just hanging out in the woods, like, even though we're sisters, like, there's a closeness. Like, I love her. Like, there's just this big, massive amount of love. Like, I look up to her,
Mhm.
and I
Beautiful.
just look at her, and I appreciate her.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
She's older.
Wonderful. What's happening as you're there in the woods with Michelle? How old are you there?
I feel like I'm probably like 13. Around
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
And she's a little older, but maybe she's about 17, 18.
Mhm.
Like she always looked after me. Like she's always like,
Mhm.
there was always like a big heart, big care for me.
Mhm. How
She
does
was
it?
always protecting me.
Mhm. Mhm. And how does it feel being in the woods there with her, and her presence?
Free. Just the sound of the
Mhm.
breeze coming through the trees, the ground. My feet are bare feet.
Mhm.
Just feeling that. The dirt, the leaves.
Mhm. Notice how you're dressed. What type of clothes are you wearing?
We're both wearing dresses. They're like more of a whitish color.
Mhm.
Have like these little frill things, or that, like, I don't want to say frills, not like a kind of frilly at the bottom of the dresses, I suppose you could say frilly.
Mhm. Mhm.
Little strings all around the dresses.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then the head, I have a headband. Like we both have these headbands, feather.
Feather headbands.
Well, it's like a headband. It's like beaded.
Mhm.
Goes across the forehead, and like one little feather, one feather coming down
Mhm.
the side is kind of connected to that. Like it's all beaded, but then
Mhm.
just there's one feather that's connected to that. Just kind of hangs.
Mhm. Beautiful.
My hair's like down, it's long. So it looks really nice.
Mhm. Mhm. And
Really
is
the
this
same sort of headgear.
and is this
Dress.
band? Is it like representing anything? Is it? Did you make this yourself, or?
No, I think that represents kind of like our status in a way.
Mhm. Mhm.
I feel like daughters of the chief. I don't know
Mhm.
what I mean. Yeah, daughters of the chief. Yeah.
Mhm. Beautiful. And
I just got a vision of a elderly man, or I don't want to say elder, but he is an elder man. As I was thinking about the chief, and I feel like that's who I saw in my dream recently,
mhm.
but it wasn't really a dream. Um,
Look into the eyes of that elder man. If you look into the eyes of that elder man, those eyes look familiar.
Familiar, but not here. Like familiar to me, but not on this.
Mhm.
Nobody I know right now,
Mhm.
but familiar, very familiar.
Beautiful.
That's who came. It's like our work is not done yet. Our work is not done yet.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
lifetime,
In this lifetime.
yeah, in this lifetime, it's still these souls. We're all still together, and we're still all connected. Um, but he
Mhm.
feels like that was my father in that lifetime.
Mhm. Mhm.
Strong. That I guess a lot of the traits that we had then we still have within
Mhm.
our soul. Like it hasn't. It's still there. Um,
Mhm. What do you imagine you're
strength is still
doing?
there.
What do you imagine you're doing there with this elder man who says that?
I feel like he's just talking to us in the woods. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, you remember your strength and be strong.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but it's weird because I don't feel like he was really with us. I feel like we were there and it's like his spirit, but we thought he was there, but he wasn't there. He was still back in the tents, in the camping area or where we live.
Mhm.
But he was sending us a message as we were making our way back saying, remember how strong you are, you're strong.
Mhm. Mhm.
And as we make our way back, the our homes have been raided.
Mhm.
And he actually isn't even there. He was killed.
Mhm. Mhm. Move forward a little bit. What happens next?
I feel like there were people laying, and we're just checking to see if everyone was really dead or not.
Mhm.
And not everybody was dead. Not everyone was dead, and we did our best to help the ones that were wounded.
Mhm. Mhm. How do you feel as you're there upon this, where your home is, where it's been raided? The elder father was killed, and not everyone was died. How does this make you feel?
I feel like he was warning us before we got back.
Mhm. Mhm.
just the belief, like that whole inside of me, I wasn't surprised
Mhm.
because I felt like that is why we were supposed to, that's why he sent us that message.
Mhm.
That's why he was telling us beforehand to be strong and remember your strength
Mhm. Mhm.
was for this moment. Um,
Mm.
so I tend not to focus on all those that are dead. We focus on those that are still alive,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
we are doing what we can. So it hasn't like registered yet. Like
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
I just focused on that. I was not focusing on what happened, who did it, what it was focusing on getting all of these people that were just wounded and helping them.
Mhm. Mhm.
And my sister and I did this, like we weren't together with everyone. We helped people. We knew that each other were around if we needed each other, but we were doing the best that we could for all these people that were wounded.
And what's the most difficult moment as you come up on your home in your camp and you see some are dead, some are wounded, scrambling? It's the most
Knowing
difficult
whether or
moment.
not it counted, knowing whether or not it counted that there's just quite a few people that were trying to, does it even matter if we're helping these people? Like, I don't even know if they're gonna all live.
Mhm. Don't know if they'll all live.
Like, does it matter what we're doing, or should just let them go?
Mhm. Mhm.
Some of them were wounded really bad. Some, yes, we could help, but just knowing, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? What are your emotional reactions when you're wondering if all these people are going to live and if it really counts, if you should let them all go? Is it worth it?
In a way, just scared of knowing, well, what's going to happen after. Like
Mhm.
when those that are saved, like we don't have the people that our community's been kind of torn apart. So what is it supposed to look like after? Like, what is it going to look like after?
Mhm. Mhm. What are your mental reactions? You think about what it's going to look like. Everyone's torn apart.
Overwhelmed.
Mhm. Yes.
Overwhelmed just to start over again.
Mhm.
Planning, like, just to get food. Who does
Mhm.
what now?
Mhm.
We all had our place, and now it's going to be,
Mhm.
now you have to start over.
Mhm. What does this all affect you in your life as Jessica now? In this having to start over, this feeling of overwhelm, everything is torn apart. Who does what?
Just gets overwhelming, that overwhelming feeling.
Mhm.
When I get that overwhelming feeling, I stop trusting the process when there's too much.
Stop trusting process when there's too much. And what does this keep you from doing? As you're feeling overwhelmed and you stop trusting the process, it's too much.
I feel like I just want to give up.
Feel like you just want to give up. Say that again.
I just feel like I want to give up.
I feel like I just want to give up.
It just gets overwhelming. I just want to give up.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. I want you to go back. Back to that scene where you're happen upon your camp and you're there with your sister. You see casualties, people were wounded, your father had died, sent you that message. To feel all of that with more intensity now. A feeling of scared and overwhelmed. Feeling of what is life going to be like now? Feeling torn apart. I want you to move a little bit more forward, advance a little bit more forward to the future, that life. What happens next?
I feel like we're together. I feel like my sister's with me. Community, it's fine. Like the community got back up on their feet.
Beautiful.
But I had gotten sick, and I feel like I'm sick, and my sister's there, and she's heartbroken, but I keep trying to encourage her that it's okay and to be strong.
Beautiful. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. I'd like for you to go back to a time in the beginning, the first time you remember feeling overwhelmed and scared. We had to start over. You stop trusting the process. It all feels too much. You want to give up. 3, 2, 1. What's happening there?
I feel like people started healing from their wounds, and it ended up being just fine. It took some work to get people, definitely a lot smaller group now, but it was okay. I feel like everybody just knew that what they needed to pick up on, and we became a community again. It was okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. I want you to go back to the very beginning of where this all began for your soul, where this originated in your soul, where you felt overwhelmed and scared, where you had to start over, where it all felt too much, where you wanted to give up. A time where you stopped trusting the process. Just remember that time. And this all originated for your soul. 3, 2, and 1. What's happening there?
I feel like I was just next to a body, trying to help this person, just is bleeding. I just remember looking over at my sister and feeling the same way.
Mhm. Mhm.
And there were so many bodies for the two of us that did it. It was very overwhelming.
Mhm.
Who do you let go? Who do you not let go? Who do you?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because there's so many injured at the same time.
Mhm. Mhm.
I just remember looking over and you're like overwhelmed,
Mhm.
overwhelmed.
Feeling overwhelmed. All these bleeding bodies next to you and your sister.
There's just the two of us.
Just the two of you.
And it was just overwhelming because you just don't know how to get to everyone at the same time.
Mhm.
Who do you walk past? Who do you not? Who do you help? Who do you?
Yes. Mhm. Well, move forward a little bit. What happens? What do you end up doing when you have all these bodies around you? You have to choose to make those choices.
I feel like that's where I had to use my intuition to walk past those that I knew I couldn't help. And I just feel like I gave them my hand just to let them know that I am still around.
Mhm.
I just grab them by the hand and let them know that I'll do the best I can. But some of them already knew when I held their hand. I was just
Mhm.
letting them know I'm sorry.
Mhm. Beautiful.
So I would just touch them just to let them know that I'm sorry I can't help you, but that I'm with you.
Mhm. Mhm.
I just keep moving through.
Mhm. Go ahead and move forward. And go all the way to the end of this life, right to the time to when this body dies. All the way to the end of that life. What's happening in your body and where are you?
I feel like I'm sick. I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm sick somehow. My sister's just standing there holding my hand.
Mhm.
Really sad. Keep trying to tell her it's okay, just be strong.
Mhm. What are you sick with? Where are you feeling that in your body?
In my head.
In your head? What's happening in your head there?
Just feel like there's pain in my head.
Mhm. Go ahead and just let that body die. What are you feeling in your head as that body dies?
I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think I was shot in the back of the head. I think I was shot in the back of the head.
Shot in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm. I felt, and it makes me just feel sick. I feel like I feel like my brain is working, but trying to communicate to my sister that it's okay. That's what I'm trying to communicate, and she's just crying.
Mm.
It makes me feel like nauseous, but I feel like I want to communicate with her, and even though I feel like in my head I'm talking to her, I'm not. I think I can't. I'm not talking to her because it's the communication. It's like my brain is shutting down.
Brain shutting down. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, I want you to go back right before you got shot in the head. 3, 2, and 1. You're there now. What is happening right before you're getting shot in the head? Where are you?
I feel like we're just doing our daily routine of, it's like people started feeling better after their wounds were healed, and it's like just living again. And nobody knew what was coming, but someone just shot me, I think. It was happening again. Where we were being raided, but I didn't see it coming, and I didn't even realize what happened until now.
A little bit more. Continue.
I think I could feel something happening to my body, and my sister runs over, screaming and crying, trying to protect me, but it's already happening. So she's just sitting there with me in her arms, and I feel like I'm okay. I didn't see it coming, so.
Beautiful. Go ahead and just now let that body die. Just let that body die. And let me know when you left your body.
I feel like I go to the light, but there's a part of me that's still
Yes.
telling her to be strong.
Yes, of course. So now I want you to, as you're laying there looking, observing that body and that life, I want you to go ahead and put yourself in the picture where that wound is on the back of your head. I want you to heal that part of your body, sew up that wound, sew it all up, connecting your brain with your heart, and your heart with your lungs, and your lungs with your heart, and your heart with your brain. Reconnecting all the veins and the capillaries, reconnecting the bones, the muscles, the tissues, all the fluids in the body, healing that brain, healing that healing that wound from the back, connecting everything together, connecting your neck, and the spine, and the spinal cord, and the shoulders, and the arms, and the fingers, and the chest, and the torso, and the hips, and the legs, and the knees, and the feet. Completely healing that body completely. And in a moment, let me know when that was all complete and healed.
It's complete.
Beautiful. Very good. Now I'd like for you to speak to this man who shot you, these people that raided your village. I'd like for you to talk to him and tell him how you feel about being shot. Ask him why they're doing this. Tell him how you feel. He's there now. 1, 2, and 3.
I didn't see it coming, and I don't know why you're doing this. I feel like it's all connected though. This is where it's like I get insight to they're being told to do these things. It's almost like this is what the military has told them, but I can see like how this has been used as a tool
Yes,
in
yes.
a lot of ways.
Explain to him that he's annihilated your people, and he's wounded and killed your whole community of people. Explain to him, educate him that this isn't okay, and it's not okay even though he's been indoctrinated with the military. It isn't okay for him to come in and just take the lives of people and swaths of people. Help him understand that
I feel like he doesn't like what he's being told what to do, but he's being told this is his duty. He doesn't
Yes.
necessarily agree with it. He's just doing it because this is his job. This is what he's told to do.
Okay. And on the count of 3, it'll be the lips and the mind of this soldier. I'd like to have a conversation with him. 3, 2, and 1. Hello, brother. Thank you for the communication today. Are you here with us now?
Yes.
Thank you for coming and being here with us today. Why did you come into this village and just raid all these people and sacrifice their lives and leave them all wounded and dead? Why are you here? Why are you doing this?
It's not that we want to do it. It's that we're told to do it.
Yes.
And
yes. And do you see how taking the lives of other people, even though you're told, it's not your place to take another person's life. You don't have authority over taking other people's lives. Have you heard of something called karma?
yes, but this is what we're told to do. This is our job. What else am I supposed to do?
Well, you're
following instructions. I know it's not right. You don't feel good in the heart.
yes, I understand that.
We're told to do this and we're supposed to uphold our duty.
Yes, I understand. Well, we realize that you're here now because everything is all happening all at once and your soul is in this moment. And we're being called upon now for our consciousness and our souls to evolve and having a broader, more expansive, a greater awareness on having more compassion and elevating our our own evolution. So the reason why you're even here today is your soul has brought you here in order to be able to expand your awareness and expand your consciousness around this event. So yes, in the past, you've been told to go ahead and just kill off races and populations of people. But that was like old archaic thinking back in the day. Now with a more heightened awareness and with a more having more information and more consciousness, your soul is now ready to grow. And that's why you're here today, is to let you know, your soul is letting you know that it isn't okay to go in and kill these people, because you have something called karma. And as you go in and you kill off, you take the life of another innocent soul, this keeps you in the loop of karma, and it keeps you recycling this behavior over and over and over again. And your soul is ready now to stop this behavior and to move forward and have this heightened awareness on preserving humanity and having respect and reverence and understanding for your fellow man. And it isn't your authority to take the life of another human being. That is not your place. That is not your place in life to do that. So your soul is asking now for this heightened awareness and to show you this other vantage point.
I knew it was wrong then, and I know it's wrong now.
Yes.
I didn't mean to do any of that stuff. I just was doing what I was told.
Yes, of course.
But I do know now we have the freedom to make that decision whether to pull the trigger.
Yes, yes, indeed. Well, you have Jessica here, who you took her life and you shot her in the back of the head. Number one, I'd like for you to give all her energy back to her. That energy you took from her when you shot her in the back of the head on that day. Give all that energy back. Jessica, extend your arms out, taking all your energy back. Taking all that energy back in. And brother, I'd like for you to apologize to her and apologize to her and on behalf of the tribe on the atrocity that you and your soldiers did by raiding their village and raiding their community.
I am sorry. I was just doing what I was told. I am sorry. I realize now.
Very
And
good.
I apologize to the community. I can't take it back, but
Beautiful. And do you understand moving forward that this is not how this works, that you don't have the authority over anybody else to take their lives?
yes.
That you have that choice to set that gun down and to resolve issues in a much kinder, more humane way.
Yes, I see that now.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Jessica, do you accept the apology of this soldier here before you today?
Yes. I accept. I'm not mad.
Yes, beautiful.
Our people knew it was coming. We were told.
Yes, yes. Beautiful. Well, thank you for the transmission today, brother. We appreciate you coming forth, giving the energy back, having the awareness and the expansion and the forgiveness. We're bringing your soul back to the light, bringing it back to wherever it needs to go. Thank you for coming here today with us, brother. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, I would like what do they call you here in this life, Jessica? What do they call you there? You and your sister. What are your names? What do they call you? They're in that village.
No, all I heard was like the little wise one.
Little wise one.
The little wise one.
And your sister?
Like Mama
Mm-hmm.
Earth. Mama Earth.
Mama Earth.
She's the mama of the earth.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Little wise one, I'd like for you to now communicate with Mama Earth, your sister, and explain to her that you didn't see it coming, and that talk to her and just tell her whatever you need to tell her in this now moment, as you've been wounded there, being shot.
I don't want you to be afraid. Everything's going to be just fine. Be strong. There will be many changes. We've been told this. There will be so many changes, but to be strong. And it's okay. Everything's going to turn out just fine. And we'll all meet up again. We'll all meet up again. It doesn't end here. We know this.
Beautiful.
So don't be afraid.
Beautiful.
Just be strong.
Beautiful. And Mama Earth sister, do you have any parting words you have for the little wise one?
I'm going to miss her.
Yes.
I loved her. I'm going to miss her.
Yes.
We'll always be together.
Mm-hmm.
I
Beautiful.
don't want her to leave, but I don't want her to leave, but I know she needs to go.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. And as you're looking down on that body, little wise one, as you're trying to communicate through your brain is shutting down. Where is your soul?
I feel like I'm with my dad, the chief.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Do you feel that in that moment, of the impact of that bullet hitting your head, do you feel that there is a part of your soul that may have fragmented at that time?
No, I feel complete.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I know I'm here with my dad now. We're just going to encourage her to be strong. We'll be here in spirit, waiting for her.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and just let your body drift. And bring it back up to the light, knowing and understanding that this experience is over forever, will no longer affect you. Beautiful. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. When I get to 1, I ask, does your soul have any advice for Jessica in this now moment? 3, 2, 1, 1.
I feel like that's what I was supposed to see today. I was
Beautiful.
supposed to remember. That's why I saw him outside of my window, so that I would recognize that life and the life that I had with Michelle. And to remember and just to trust, because everything will turn out. Trust in your instincts. Trust the process. Listen to that inner voice so that it doesn't get too crazy in the head. And everything's going to turn out the way it needs to. You'll be here for who you need to be. It's like watching people, like, you'll be there for everybody in some capacity, but you'll be there helping those that need it the most, those that are going to be surviving. And it's forming those communities once again.
Mhm, mhm. Beautiful.
This is what I'm here for.
Beautiful. This is what I'm here for. Beautiful. I'd like to take this time, imagine a white light on the crown of your head, and all the way down. I want you to just imagine this white light dripping all the way down your body, all the way down. See if you notice anything in your body. You might be holding something, maybe a place where it feels heavy, maybe a certain color. Just let that white light go all the way down your chest, your throat, your solar plexus, your spine and your lower back and your hips, all the way down. Your legs and your knees, your shins and your ankles. You feel anything there?
No,
Beautiful. Excellent.
I feel like that light went right past my feet. Almost like I could hit the earth again, like just grounding.
Beautiful. 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 Imagine that white light going all the way down the crown, harmonizing your chakras, starting at the crown, going all the way down, opening up your third eye, protecting your third eye, opening it up to trust in the process, to remember, listening to that inner voice, opening up your throat chakra, protecting it, giving yourself a voice, speaking your truth authentically, compassionately, and wisely. All the way down to your heart, harmonizing your heart chakra, expanding out your heart chakra, protecting it, feeling that expansion, all that awareness, all that wisdom in your heart, all your instincts, all that intuition, trusting and knowing your instincts are always right there. Having the ability to know in your heart, having that inner wisdom and that inner knowing that's readily available to you always. Harmonizing your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, harmonizing it, clearing it out, expanding it, protecting it, all the way down to your root chakra, the seat of your soul, clearing it out, expanding it, protecting it, keeping you grounded, keeping it quiet, blocking out any noise, any confusion. All the way down your hips and your thighs and your knees, this grounding cord going down through your feet, to the floor, the center of the earth, connecting with Mother Earth and all her groundedness, remembering that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Everything is going to turn out. Trusting your instincts, trusting the process. Always listening to that quiet inner voice. Meditating, slowing down, getting quiet. Letting all that navigate you in your life. Let that be your guiding light and your North Star, navigating your clients, being that light in the world, helping those remember their own light and who they are, keeping your intentions clear, your open heart, your still, quiet, wise mind, remembering and tapping into that little wise one from that lifetime, playing with the nature elements, the nature spirits in the forest, connecting with them, connecting with your soul sister Michelle and Mama Earth, and the blue being and the grays, your soul family being home. Feeling good, feeling that warmth, sunlight, and feeling home. And take a gentle, deep breath in for yourself. Slowly starting to come back in the room. Moving your hands and your toes, wiggling your fingers. Slowly coming back into your body. Feeling refreshed, happy, energized, and open. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. Welcome back.
That was good. That's crazy. That's not crazy, but it's crazy.
Well done.
Oh, very good.
You did great.
That was good. Yeah.
Nice.
Huh.
Nice. Very, very well